Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of CookieCast. So, CookieCast is the Formula One podcast, straight to the apex. The guys are all here, talking races gone, races to come, race news, everything race related, and more. Before we get started, please do consider like, share, subscribe, and comment. Leave a review where you can leave a review. Obviously, the biggest one, the one that we love. Share the podcast around. If you've got a Formula One fan in your life, send them this podcast. They will love it. Right, let's get started. Here we go. This is CookieCast, straight to the apex.
Good evening, good afternoon, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy Easter, congratulations on the new Pope. I don't know when you're going to listen to this. One of them will be right. This is, we think, episode 8 of the Straight to the Apex podcast. Mark checked and then double checked, and I was busy chowing down on a burrito, so I'm just taking his word for it. He could be an absolute dickhead and just lie to me just so that I look like a prick on the podcast, but let's face it, I probably look like that on most episodes anyway if Tony's not around. And Tony's not around today, so today it's my turn to be a prick.
Way! Famous.
How are we doing, buddy?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. How does it feel to be on a podcast with a two-time Hull Daily Mail celebrity?
Mr. Hull UK. Do you know what? It feels, I admitted before we started recording, I feel nervous. I feel like I was going to do a Tony. It's like having Luke Campbell in the room, the new mayor of Hull.
It's like having a prestigious member of Hull.
It's filling the void of Tony already. It is.
Oh, mate, no, don't ever say anything like that. Like, oh, James is filling Tony's void. It's just,
oh no,
wow,
that sounds all types of wrong.
Wow, see what happens, Andy. You think Mark's the one that kind of makes us behave. If anything, it's probably Tony because he's more nervous most of the time.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he will be on at some point. He's just had a couple of things going on, and he is on his way back. Hopefully, he will get onto the podcast with no speeding tickets.
Yay!
Tony. Hi, Tony. It's the DVLA.
I'm not going to lie, Tony. This is the latest you've ever been for a podcast. So,
yeah, this is a point. Yeah, everyone here will either get to hear or see exactly what we have to put up with every other week.
Yep, it's recorded. There's no getting away from it. There's no getting away.
Oh, if only this was live and he was listening to it on the way home. He's just driving along like, I'm going to fucking kill him.
What we should have done is rang him, and it could have been the voice on the podcast.
I don't know. I mean, we've only just started to use the C word and found out we can get away with it, which Andy never told us about.
No,
So
he didn't.
Well, actually, you never told us about it, really. So we've been quite restrained and then found out we don't actually really need to be. I mean, I still haven't gone my full 100%, and I don't think I could bring myself to do it. But
no.
Tony driving home from work and being on the podcast at the same time, I don't know what his road rage is like.
I mean, he had a Tesla for a year or two, and he didn't crash it. He didn't get a speeding fine that we know of, and it didn't set on fire. So I'm going to say he's not got much road rage.
Yeah, but he has also driven an Audi.
That is true, and they do
have a personality or lack of,
and it was fitted with the optional indicators. So maybe people got confused and bibbed it in because he was indicating. Who knows?
Yeah. Your light's flashing. There's something wrong with the car.
Oh no, it's an external warning light. What's this? Oh, hang on, that's an indicator.
Audi, if you're listening when you come into the F1 again.
Oh yeah, shit. We've just upset someone else. Audi, hello.
Well, I mean, Tony does countries. I just do car manufacturers.
Yeah, excellent.
Skoda, we're coming for you next.
Yeah, Andretti Racing, you're coming in as well. Let's call you shit.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, Aston Martin, fucking waste of space. Let's continue. Who else wants to come in? Nobody.
I mean, yeah. I don't know what upset Mercedes. I kind of like Mercedes
Yeah.
most of the time. Obviously, yep, like I said, this is episode 8 of Straight to the Apex. I'm in the driver's seat and clearly gone into driving hypnosis and completely forgot about what I should be doing, which is this episode 8, Straight to the Apex. As always, I'm Jimmy, James, whatever you want to call me, Sir. Just remember, you can see me in the Hull Daily Mail.
Looking buff. Not. I didn't say the other word. I said looking buff. Hello.
In my pit crew, I've got Mark and only Mark. And if I was Ferrari, I'd probably only want Mark because let's face it, the rest of the strategy crew are just fucking useless. And we will discuss that soon.
Yes.
Big shout out to Andy and the rest of the guys at CookieCast. As always, leave a like, subscribe, share the love. Get your window cleaner and check him on the ladders when he's up at the top. And when he falls down, force him to listen to the podcast until the paramedics arrive and then make the paramedics listen to it as well.
Yeah.
Don't park your car in front of it, though, to make them do it.
Try
don't be a dick.
No. Don't be full on dick. Don't go full dick mode. Just
no. Potentially injure, maim, and maybe end the career of your window cleaner, but don't get in the way of the paramedics.
They do a cracking job. Shout out to the NHS.
Other window cleaners.
Fucking hell! It's Tony that brings the normality to this podcast. Oh my god!
I didn't even know that either. Oh, this is more surprising than ever. This is great.
Oh, God.
Andy's going to be listening to this going, I thought Mark kept him under control. It's not. It's Tony.
I'm a fraud. It's all a lie. It's fucking Tony.
All you've got to do is just sit on the end meeting button just in case I go too far. I go, nope.
James, I'm always hovering over that button. Always. Literally, my mouse is here and I am ready to press the end recording as we speak.
So, how do I want to do this? You'd think after 4 years of doing this, we'd have some kind of structure. And we do have some form of structure. We do kind of keep to it, granted. But at the same time, we don't.
Structure of no structure.
Yeah.
Go wherever the wind takes you.
Unless you're Tony.
Unless you're Tony, which, yeah, can end in brown rain and a mess. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, mate, Tony, please hurry up. Hurry up, Tony.
What is wrong with... I'm the one who says the sick stuff, and so far you've mentioned brown rain and me filling his void.
I know. What the fuck is going on? Help. Help. I'm looking at Tony's mug now. Help. Help.
Maybe if I mention something about window cleaners, Andy could just edit all of this bit out back to when I said love your window cleaners.
Done.
But I'm not going to do that.
No.
Because I want it in. So let's quickly go on to the not discuss the full race, but thoughts on the race.
I liked the fact that there was a threat of rain. I didn't like the fact that said rain didn't turn up.
Yeah.
I liked the drivers' parade. The drivers' parade was one of the funniest things with the Lego cars I've ever seen. They couldn't help but crash into each other.
Yeah, and luckily they didn't have Latifi there.
Looking at, could you imagine the state of that Lego car if Latifi was
500,000 pieces of Lego? How long is that safety car going to be going around the track?
Fucking
also made of Lego.
Jesus Christ. I thought it was okay. There was a few flashpoints. Hamilton, Leclerc, Ferrari radio mess. The Piastri, Max Norris battle. Yeah. What did you think?
I enjoyed it more than I normally do.
Yes.
The Hamilton radio chat we are going to discuss because that was one of my favourite things.
Yes.
We will be talking about McLaren as well, obviously. But this time I'm going to lead it back to the news. How do you feel after watching that, knowing that we are going to have to watch a race at that track now for another 16 years?
Yeah.
16 years.
I was slightly surprised that they announced such a long deal. The longest deal they've ever done with a track,
It's
pretty much.
fucking unreal.
That tells me that it is not a Grand Prix for us common folk. It is almost like the American equivalent of Monaco. Miami.
Yes, it's the cash cow.
It's the cash cow. It basically pays for everything in America. I mean, the celebs that were there, it was like, I mean, even F1 was putting the content out of look at the celebrities, and I'll be honest, I didn't notice half of them, didn't recognize any of them, pretty much. But you're right, it's never been a track for amazing action, and I think the sprint race was okay. But that was more because it was raining, then it dried quickly. And even then, it was too wet to start with. And then we had a safety car to end. So it was quite a short sprint race. Yeah, I'm not sure. The track's a bit weird. I don't feel in this current generation of F1 cars, it's a track where you can overtake, really.
No, it's quite a narrow, which is weird for a new track.
But it is around a car park. And it is around the Miami Dolphins car park, the stadium car park, the Hard Rock. What surprised me as well is that the release that they actually wanted the track to go over a bridge and then like out and back, and then they had to compromise with a local, is it a council in America? I don't know. They had to liaise with them, and then it was ended up being around the like stadium as it is now. I don't know. It's a bit odd. There's a lot of flashpoints on the track, like the entry into the pit's a bit awkward. I just think it's a race that we will probably never go to because we are not in the elite. So,
although, Andy, if you want a really good podcast, imagine straight to the Apex live on a Grand Prix weekend. Doesn't have to be Miami. We'd quite happily settle for Vegas, Abu Dhabi, Singapore, maybe Monaco.
Yeah, we'd slum it at Monaco.
Yeah.
On a Vegas note, are you going to Rovers next year if we go to Vegas?
I don't know.
Really?
It's one of my friends is toying with it. And it's kind of worked out well because his wife, her birthday is in January, and it's a 40th next year, if I remember rightly.
Nice.
So he could tie it in with that, even though he's already got something planned for a 40th. He's never been. I've always said you've got to go, you've got to do it, and it's never appealed to him. And I'm like, trust me, mate, it didn't appeal to me. I went there, and now I want to go back, and I've wanted to go back ever since I've been. So he had a quick look at flights, and flights was pretty reasonable, which he found quite surprising. And then I said, you just need to look for your hotels. I had a quick look at hotels, and it was only a couple of grand for, I think, 7 nights or something.
Wow.
Because I said, if you're going to do it, you do it. You can't just go and watch the game. You're going to have to go and spend a couple of days there so you can enjoy Vegas as well. And he made the point of, it's Vegas. You can make it either as cheap as you want it or as expensive as you. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, it's a really good way of looking at it. So I think he's going to do it. The challenge is, well, not challenge he's got. The issue he's got is his brother is moving to Australia later this year. He's sorted out his visa and everything, so he can move out there. He's going to be a citizen there. So it's that kind of, if Rovers do really well, they could have a World Club Challenge in Australia. So for Dave, that's ideal because he's going to be there. So he's like, well, it's probably like a 1 hour, 2 hour flight for me to get there, rather than a 15-hour flight to get to Vegas.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know what he wants to do because he's like, I can go to Vegas, I can enjoy that, but if they're going to be in Australia, I'd rather do that because then I can see my brother and my dad. So it's messed up. I don't know. It's that kind of, I'd like to have a lot of notice because it ain't cheap.
No.
You?
I think I've looked at flights also. I mean, I will be going because I want to go to the Raiders Stadium, and I think it's an opportunity to go into the Raiders Stadium, watch Rovers.
Unless, Andy, you haven't got a rugby league podcast yet.
Oh.
And you have 3 rugby league fans here with a good relationship and very good at presenting podcasts, such as Straight to the Apex. We could bring a rugby league podcast. We could call it The Last Set or something like that. I don't know. We'll think of the name soon. Don't worry. But imagine a live rugby league podcast
in Vegas. Think of the numbers.
Or in Vegas.
Oh, Andy, talk to us. What do you think? Let us know.
Yeah, get on the blow with Spotify and go, right, look, let's get some ads in here. Let's get some money. I need to send Jimmy and Mark and Tony if he gets... Mind you, Tony hasn't come on yet, so he doesn't know about this.
No.
He just needs to take me and Mark to Vegas for either the Grand Prix. Oh, man, if he times it really well for Australia, we could do the Club Challenge and the Grand Prix.
Oh, we're killing 2 podcasts with 1 stone here. It's almost like we're saving Andy money.
Andy, we have just reduced your costs by 50%.
Yeah, so don't say we take the piss with our budget. Wow. Right. Sorry, I took us off track. Carry on.
All right. So, yeah, Miami 2041. Granted, they could tweak the track, they could move the track, stuff like that. It's a long thing. Who knows how that's going to go? But, Celavi, not we can do about that unless we nuke Miami or really upset Miami, which is when Tony can come in again.
Yeah.
Other news. Alpine.
Two bits of news from Alpine.
Rumours was bouncing around since Monday saying, Duhan may be getting seated and Colapinto coming in. And I was like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden last night, they turned around and went, so Ollie Oakes is out. He's decided to leave on his own accord with immediate effect. We wish him the best. Blah, 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 blah.
After 10 months. It's been in the job 10 months.
Yep. And then very shortly after, another announcement came out going, so Duhan is getting benched and Colapinto is going to be taking his place. So, has Ollie Oakes gone off on his own accord, or is this Flavio?
Well, Flavio has said something tonight, like basically he's in temporary charge of the team. So, I think it's Flavio. By the sounds of it, Oakes wanted Duhan to stay, and Flavio was like, no, get him out. They've had a big Barney, and obviously Oakes has now left.
That's the impression I've got. I think that's what's happened.
Funny, though, that they've announced that Colapinto replaces Duhan for the next 5 races. Why 5 races?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's literally a 5... Well, I say literally. in their terms, it's a 5-race deal, basically. That's very odd.
Is that so that if they're not happy with Colopin, so they can get him out quite easy then?
Yeah, I don't know, because I
Then
mean,
he's in third first, so they can do whatever they want with it. I don't.
Doohan's a rookie. He's had what? How many races are we in? We're into race 7 is this next weekend. So we've had 6 races. I mean, Gasly's done okay, the other driver in Alpine. It's not like he's been in the top 5 every week.
No, Gasly, I think he's on 12 points, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. There's a learning curve. Doohan's, he's not been doing brilliant, but then he's probably been doing better than Lance Stroll. He's been better than Lawson. And it's like, oh yeah, Colapinto, do you remember that kid that stepped in a couple of races and looked all right for a couple of races, then was bang average? Yeah, we're going to get him in for 5 races. Don't make sense.
Yeah, it's weird, and I apologise as well. I got it wrong. Pierre Gasly hasn't got 12 points. He's in 12th with 7 points.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't like the fact that Liam Lawson is above Jack Doohan either.
No.
It's like, he's one better than Doohan. It's like he's really not.
No,
They've both got no points.
No.
It's not an alphabetical thing either, because in 20th is Gabriel Bortoleto, and it's like,
like you say, it's got Flavio's name all over it.
Oh God, yeah.
So
not that he's ever done anything dodgy or
no.
corrupt or
no. He's more corrupt than Christian Horndog. Well, that's a stretch.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's face it. We all know he swapped OJ's glove. He was on the grassy knoll.
I mean, all I'm going to say that's really weird that you've mentioned OJ. It's very weird, because yesterday I said a quote and I was like, "What's that from? If the glove don't fit, you're full of shit."
Oh, okay.
And I was like, "No," and I didn't realize. So it's off Van Wilder, but it's a play on OJ Simpson's "If the glove don't fit, I quit." And I was like, everyone was like, "You've made that up." I was like, "I haven't." And I was Googling it, and it's Van Wilder where the lawyers come in, and it's on a chalkboard like in the background. But anyway, I digress again. So but when you said OJ Simpson, I was like, that's weird. I've mentioned him this week as well.
I always mention OJ Simpson.
Well, there's a recurring theme. OJ, Maddie.
What's that going to be like as well? Naked Gun. Sorry, Andy, I know this is a Formula One podcast, and so far we've spoken very little Formula One. We discussed Rovers, Vegas, Australia, and now the Naked Gun. First of all, not happy that they're redoing Naked Gun. It's going to be shit.
What? I didn't know this. They're redoing Naked Gun.
There is a Naked Gun sequel coming out.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And it's Liam Neeson.
What?
Liam Neeson is the son
of Leslie Neal. No.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Look, half the jokes now you're not allowed to say.
Nope. There's one little dig at OJ Simpson that I've seen in the trailers.
Right.
And it's a bit where you've got Liam Neeson. He's looking at a picture. I've forgotten the character's name, so apologies.
Yeah.
You got Liam Neeson, and he's looking up at a picture of Leslie Nielsen, and he's saying, "Oh, I love you, Pappy." Then you got another guy looking up at a picture of Leslie Nielsen's partner, saying the same kind of thing. And then you got another character just looking at a picture of OJ Simpson, or OJ Simpson's character from Naked Gun, and then he just looks at the camera and goes, "No." I was like, I kind of like that, but don't get it. Nah. Sorry.
I mean, is Liam Neeson going to come out with "I will find you and I will kill you"?
This is it. I mean, you're
No.
great with a lightsaber. You're great with a sword. You're great in the Christmas film, and maybe not as a parent, because let's face it, you lose your daughter, and then they make 2 sequels where you've lost your daughter or your wife. I mean, You're clearly a negligent husband and father.
Careless. You'd be banned from having children after watching the first film.
And on that subject, hi, Jerry.
Oh dear God.
I'm not going into detail.
Well, no, you're not. To be fair, you could do. You could.
Other news. What other news have we got? I can't think of any other news at the moment unless you've got some more.
Only that Max Verstappen is now a father.
Yes, actually, yes, he is. And I thought we need to make a mention of this and say congratulations on becoming a father. Yeah, congrats, mate. Well played.
It's nice to see that now he's become a dad. His racing etiquette has like calmed down a bit, and he's very polite and courteous. Oh no, wait, Ian. Yeah,
He'll never change.
yeah,
And that's what we like about him, and hate at the same time.
yeah.
There are rumours that Daniel Ricciardo and Perez may be coming back next year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What, not into Red Bull, into other teams?
Yep.
Into
new teams.
Into new teams. Okay. Well, did you hear, was it Brundle speak? Was it? No, I'll tell you who it was. It was a rival BBC Formula One podcast with Jenny Gow and Andrew Benson. I mean, the BBC, they're nothing compared to
Nobody's. They're probably in U3 anyway.
Exactly. I'm swiftly moving on, Andy. Again, cut that bit out. Rumours are that Max Verstappen is going to take a year out after this year.
Oh, really?
He's fed up of the Red Bull. He's fed up of the car. I mean, it's not doing too bad, let's be honest. But he's going to take a year out, see where the regulations lie next year, then make a decision. Obviously, Aston Martin will have a Honda engine, which Max knows. Adrian Newey is at Aston Martin, who Max knows. Yeah, apparently he's going to take a year out and then weigh up his options. He's got a get out clause in his contract, his long contract at Red Bull, a performance clause, and he doesn't want to sign with a rival team straight away because he wants to go into a winning car. So he might take a year off to be a dad.
Week. We did kind of touch on it last week, didn't we? We mentioned the rumours that Aston Martin and Mercedes have been were sniffing around it. Well, Mercedes were, and Aston Martin still were. I think we mentioned the get out clause he's got in his contract. And we did also say he's not happy with the car. He's very, very vocal about it and he was again this weekend as well. He said it's just there's no grip, there's nothing in it. He's really not fucking happy with that car.
I mean, like I say, let's be honest. He's been in and around. You know, he was fourth in sprint quali. Obviously sprint race he was nowhere because of his penalty. He was where was he in actual quali? Pole, and then fourth in the race. It's not. I mean, Tony alluded to it last week. When you think about it, it's not far off. It's just not as. You think the gap they had to everyone else, that gap has gone, and then he's a bit slower. So it's probably jumped in performance. But then you've got the pit stop drama with Antonelli in the sprint race. They're fucking that up a lot, which Red Bull never did.
No.
Ever. So is he just had enough? And he thinks, do you know what? I've got my money. I can go e-racing. Because he was straight from the car. It was e-racing.
Well, and I said this last week as well, didn't I? I said, I mean, I didn't mean. Oh.
Bum, bum, bum.
Here he is.
Oh, dear God. Look what he's got in his head. Oh, God.
I made it. And I've got a new hat.
Fins up.
Fins up, babe. Fins up. You know it. How are we doing, guys? Sorry I'm late, by the way. We're late at work.
We've finished the podcast. We're just about to sign off.
Awesome.
We've made no offensive comments, we've upset no one, and we have injured absolutely no window cleaners whatsoever.
And all we've done is talk about Formula One, like literally from start to finish. We haven't deviated, we haven't gone off subject. And yeah, we're just about to do predictions and sign off, pal. So you're here for the best bit.
Awesome.
But no, you have actually timed it really well because I've got a Tony stat here. Did you know the sprint race is the first time that Max has finished a race and not got any points since 2016?
Wow.
Wow. That is a
Wow.
great stat.
That's a great stat.
That is timed brilliantly for Tony joining. Well done. James, it's
And
like
you know what?
perfect.
I'm not going to go.
No. Mr. Hull Daily Mail is doing well tonight.
I've not seen this. I need to find this.
He's been in twice. Don't you know?
No.
He missed it twice.
Jesus.
It's funny because they mentioned no mention of the podcast. You know, James Stainforth, host of a very popular podcast. No.
Oh.
It's James Stainforth Gun
right.
Show.
I thought it was Wanted in connection.
I've kind of lost you. Hello? I've lost the guys. It's gone a bit funky.
Hello?
Back. We're back. And we're back. There we go.
Are you okay?
James?
Can you hear me?
Can hear you now.
Open your eyes. Oh, he's there. He's all right. So we've
got a couple of minutes before the halftime show or halftime break. There's no halftime show. Ladies and gentlemen, Kendall with Mark. Who knows? Hey, Big. Tony, have you got any news that we may not have mentioned? We've mentioned Miami being signed till 2041, and obviously everything that's kicked off at Alpine in the last day.
I do have some news actually. I don't know if you've touched on it. There was some sad news. And it was on 2 wheels.
Yeah, we haven't touched on this, and I was going to mention this. Yeah.
Unfortunately, there was in the Alton Park BSB Supersport. Unfortunately, 2 young men lost their lives. Owen Jenner and Shane Richardson in a huge. I don't know if anyone's seen the video, but it's not very nice. 11 riders at the start of a race basically just piled up, and it was bad, real bad. So I was going to say our thoughts go out to these two's families, and there's also a third rider who is still in hospital with significant back and abdominal injuries. So yeah, it's a black day for motorsport. That's what fellow riders have said. Don't know about that. It's a sad day. Wouldn't put a colour to it, but it is what it is.
I've not seen the crash, and I don't want to see the crash because it sounds horrendous.
But,
yeah.
Just think Joe Silverstone times 10 times another 20. Yeah, it's not good. It's just not good at all.
I think it kind of proves that how safe Formula One is at the minute, and I think we've kind of touched on this. I know 2 wheels is always more dangerous, but I feel like Formula One has really made a leap. You know, like some of the crashes we are seeing. I mean, look at the weekend: Sainz, Alonso. You know, they're walking away quite easily from them now. Which, yeah.
The only other news I have is Franco Colapinto and replaces Doohan at Alpine, and Doohan's smashed a few cars up and walked away, hasn't he? So
what do you think to that? We have touched on that. What do you think to it?
I don't. This is a. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Let's give rookies a chance. Come on, guys. Like, it's not a good look and it's not a good vibe. And I understand it's a business and there's money involved, but give these guys a chance. Give them at least half a season. Come on. Like, this is too much. Like, it's almost like they've got three drivers. Some teams have now got three drivers with the intention of basically just swapping them at any time. And I think it just adds a pressure that is so unfair and so unnecessary. I mean, and you could see it was affecting doing all weekend, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Straight from the off, kicking off like you've never seen before. I don't know. I don't agree with it, but we'll see. Does that mean if Colapinto does crap in his first 3 races, then is doing back on the radar? I don't know.
Well, it's a 5 race.
Racing.
He's got 5 races, Colapinto. That's what they've said.
It's just not a good look, is it? And Alpine, Alpine are a bit of a disgrace of a team, aren't they? For going through drivers and fucking up things like the whole Oscar Piastri. And they've got rid of Oliver Oaks as well, haven't they?
Yep.
It's just all, what the fuck is going on? But then, I mean, when you've got the, what do you call him? The great Suave.
Flavio.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a bit of a spicy team, maybe.
Yeah.
There's gonna be drama there.
He don't take shit, does he?
No.
Take shit from nobody.
I don't think I've got anything else.
Okie dokes. For some reason, I just smoked my pen, and I haven't smoked for
Smoking a pancake.
I'm smoking a biro. What do you reckon, lads? Quick break, grab some drinks, come back, maybe discuss the sprint, or I don't know, maybe another Naked Gun movie or something like that.
Sounds good to me.
Pardon?
It'll make sense when you listen back, buddy.
Okay. All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey, you. Yeah, you that's listening right now. Thanks very much for tuning into this episode of Straight to the Apex, the Formula One podcast from CookieCast. If you're enjoying this episode, why not like, share, and subscribe? Whilst you're there, feel free to check out some of the other podcasts that CookieCast has to offer. If you like football, we've got a football podcast. NFL more your thing? Then the Laces Out podcast is for you. Maybe even a little bit of the wrestling. Just look for the Getting Over podcast on CookieCast. Maybe you want to listen to Andy's Darkest Timeline. It's there too. So, the F1 boys have probably got themselves a drink. It's time to get back to the action.
Oh my God.
What's with all the shock?
Flavio's changed a bit.
Yeah.
Got better looking though, hasn't he? Been in the whole Daily Mail twice, you know.
All this whole Daily Mail stuff has gone straight to your head, and it's disgusting.
It has, and there will be fees being discussed with Andy.
Yeah. I mean, you're a bona fide superstar of Hull. You're up there with Louis Coyle scrapping in town. So I mean,
Yep, bigger than Luke Campbell.
Luke Campbell, to the side.
Who the fuck is he?
Man of the people of Beverley.
Oh,
has he ever stood next to a rat?
Let's not talk about politics because fuck me, we had this discussion at work when there's a few guys that have voted reform and absolutely love Luke Campbell. I'm like, you do realise he was a shit boxer, so he'll probably be a shit mayor of Hull. But anyway,
no,
not getting political. We don't do politics or religion. We just upset countries.
You've just absolutely status.
Manufacturers and window cleaners.
Yeah.
We've never touched
literally slay the shit out of them.
I mean, I did earlier mention the Pope. That's probably as close as we've got to religion.
Yeah.
RIP. R.I.P.
Which
the boss
one?
man.
Pope.
But the
Yeah.
boss man. Yeah, he's a boss man, isn't he?
Boss.
Not anymore, it's not.
Wait, no, not anymore, no longer.
I don't know where this is going anymore. I'm
No, I
scared.
don't. No, and you're leading, so this is
Are you
scary.
still hovering over the mute button or the end button?
I'm ready. I'm definitely ready.
Moving on. So, Tony, I've already asked this to Mark. We mentioned Miami, signed till 2041. How do you feel about it?
There's obviously, I'm not surprised because the way that the F1 is going and it's owned by an American company, obviously the American tracks are going to prosper, and it's been here for a few years now, and now they've given it till 2021, and it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me because it's a business at the end of the day, and you can just, as soon as Miami came onto the scene, you could see like the infrastructure that it's got. It that's not going to go away for a long time. Like that's going to stay for a while. Like with the stadium, the track, the stand, the price of the ticket, it's going to stay around for a long time. So I'm not surprised at all. How do I feel about it? That's the way that F1's going, unfortunately. It makes a lot of money. It's one of the most expensive. And you know what? The more I watch Miami year after year, the more I actually want to go.
Really?
Yeah, I just think,
What's wrong with you? You
Yeah.
like George Russell, and now you're liking
Yeah.
Miami. You've been dropped on your head. Something's gone wrong.
why? I'm guessing that I am the only one in favor of this.
Yeah.
It's just you used to hate George Russell, and he was never a big fan of Miami. And now it's like, you know what? The more I watch it, the more I like Miami. And you know what? The more I listen to George Russell, the more I want to grow my hair and look like George Russell and be George Russell.
What
I mean, go on.
I was going to say, what was the quote you said about his personality last week? Because I must admit, it made me piss myself when I listened back.
I can't remember.
He had the personality of something, but anyway, go on, carry on. What was you going to say about George?
No, I was still talking about Miami. I like the
Oh,
track. I think the track's got a bit of everything, and it's got that weather, which I'm sure we're going to speak about in a minute, that can mix things up,
no,
which I like.
because when it rains, the cars can't run in it. It was literally like
Well,
it went
this
from
is
one
an,
extreme to
this is
another.
another thing. This is another thing that pisses me off. What? We've got wet tires for a reason. We're F1 drivers for a reason. Get I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it as a fan, and I know I've got no qualification to say this, but grow some fucking balls. Just fucking drive in the wet, for fuck's sake.
But they can't see.
The sprint race
Spinway.
was a joke.
Ah, the spinways.
It
It's
was
more.
it was it was a joke.
They used to. You used to get a lot of wet races and stuff like that. But with the aerodynamics the way they are now and stuff like that, it's not just like you get a bit of splash and a bit of spray. It's
No.
you get a wall, and if you're not at the front, you ain't seeing shit. So I kind of get it. I do agree. You know, that kind of it frustrates me when it's like it's raining. There's a red flag, and it's like, for fuck's sake, at one point you should just like get them out. But let's face it, at one point, you know, a driver could crash into a wall and die, and then they'd have a look at it and go, yeah,
Well,
that's
yeah.
all right. Let's get on with the race tomorrow. Hey, Ayrton, you all right with your car? We're just going to weld on your steering wheel a little bit different to how it normally is. But don't worry about that wall. It's fine.
True. That's very, very true.
Do you not think the track's too narrow? for the current form of F1 cars?
I don't know. No, I don't think it is. I think it's got the nice, maybe a little bit. It's just got it's got the quick sections at the start, and then you've got the really nippy ones just before the long straight. They can hit the wall, which everyone loves, supposedly. You've got the long straight.
Leclerc does before the race starts.
Yeah, the long straight. The last corners and a nice nippy one straight to the finish line. I like it. I do. I like it.
There are elements to it. I think it could be a bit wider, especially if it's going to be there for another 16 years. They're going to have to tweak it a little bit. But there's bits of it I don't like. The fake dock. Why? I don't get the fake dock. Get rid of the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Or put dock in there.
Yeah, put some more pergolas there and charge people £5,000
for 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
And has anybody noticed the deck chairs on the long straight?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Nobody has ever shown or alluded to what they are, but it's really random. It's just two deck chairs on like a plinth, and I don't know if it's like the Uber seat or not. I don't know.
It's for when Alonso breaks down and needs somewhere to sit again.
Maybe.
So we're not going to touch on practice because, for one, 2/3 of us don't watch it, and the 1/3 that does never really has a fucking summary on it anyway.
No, got nothing.
And for two,
this week I've got nothing.
It's sprint weekend, so there is no real practice.
No.
Effectively. So, sprint race. Let's just go over it quickly.
Okay.
It wasn't as shit as normal.
No.
Moving on.
It wasn't.
No.
But there was a lot of wet. I've done it again. Weather. Wet weather, and it made the sprint race even shorter. And they supposedly they postponed the start as well.
Yep.
So there's a lot of people fretting about that.
Leclerc had a little accident, not like a Tony accident. Kind of that's the wall. Oops, accident.
He might have had another accident during the accident.
In fairness, I think if I was driving an F1 car and I had an accident like that, I would probably have an accident.
Double accident. No one wants that.
Yeah,
no one wants that.
That's why I'd need to wear a brown jumpsuit.
And what did you think to the Ferrari livery?
Oh, nah.
That was shit.
Didn't like the overalls. Ferrari. Didn't like the livery. No.
It looked like it had been done on Windows 98 paint. That's what it looked like. Like they're literally gone. Stick a bit of blue there, a bit of white there. That'll do.
I thought they all looked.
It was that little paperclip thing that used to come up and make those recommendations. That little paperclip that was doing it.
Yeah. I think all the team kits, though, looked a bit shit. Like the Mercedes Adidas one looked a bit crap, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
George looked so uncomfortable in the jazzy shirt. It was unreal. Because he just wanted plain white or plain black. What's all these jazzy colours? I'm a British man, don't you know?
He just wore his chinos, tucked in blue striped shirt, and then his jumper tied around his neck.
In a queue somewhere.
But then the RB, pink and white. I approve that. I thought that was quite nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's Miami. It's been on the calendar 2 minutes, and they've got they're treating it like it's a prestigious track and the prestigious event.
I agree.
It's not.
That was going to be my question to you guys: is by 2040, is it going to be a prestigious track?
No. It's round a fucking car park in Miami. How many more times? No.
In 2041, we'll be doing season 20 of Straight to the Apex.
2041.
Each other. And one of us will probably call Miami prestigious. And then the other one will then turn around and go, you said we would never say this was prestigious. In season 4, we said it would never be prestigious. And the third one of us would just have some kind of onset dementia and not even be aware that he's on the podcast, let's face it.
Correct.
True.
I know where my money is on all of them.
Yeah, me. Or pretending to have onset dementia just so I can say things in offensive manners and get away with it much more. So, anyway, sprint race. So, got delayed because of the weather. Charles Leclerc, because he had an accident or 2 accidents, allegedly, wasn't able to then go into the sprint race. It was your fairly typical kind of sprint race as well for the majority of it until towards the back end. I'm trying to remember exactly what had happened there as well now, because basically there was doing a bit of a pit stop and then a red flag happened. Sorry, go on, buddy.
What?
I thought you were going to say something, mate.
No, I was waiting. I thought Tony was. I was waiting for him.
I've got like a frog in my throat or something.
He got a frog in his throat. Obviously there was the what was the Max's false start. Different to Norris, but he was on the edge of his pit box, got away with it. Very, very odd, considering Norris got a penalty. Are you talking about the Max and Antonelli crash in the pit lane? Is that what he was going for?
No, I was on about Norris winning the sprint.
I think Norris was just lucky where he was.
Yeah, I think he kind of followed. It was Sainz, wasn't it? Was it Sainz? No, it was too wet. They went out. Right, yeah. They followed the safety car. They went out, they followed it around a little bit, and then there was like, do you know what? It's too wet. And then they started behind the safety car again, and the red flags was thrown. I think that it.
Yeah.
It was all a bit of a mess because it was all a bit like a 19-lap sprint race, then turned into a bit of a farce, and it was like 14 laps or 15 laps.
But we saw a glimpse of a tyre change from an Inter to a medium.
No, it was Sainz, spun, hit the wall, got a puncture, which forced him to retire. Debris on the track. Alonso crashed. That's when Norris pitted.
Yes.
Yep.
Alonso crashed, didn't he? And it was a bit of a random, like, oh, well, we know why he crashed. Because of some dickhead under the name of Liam Lawson.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And honest to God, why did that Aston Martin was so flimsy? Like, you literally touched the wall and it's fucking front end was just ripped up, just destroyed, completely destroyed.
Yeah,
and Alonso wasn't happy, he was shaking his head. And then there was chaos, wasn't there? And Norris benefited. Both McLarens benefited.
Yeah. I mean, Piastri
was just in front of Piastri, and then the safety car just walked them around the track for the rest of the race.
I mean,
Hamilton benefited
massively. I mean, he was the second driver to pit for slicks after Tsunoda, and he went. I think again. I mean, me and James alluded to it in the first half. Ferrari jokes, but they was like, "Oh, we're going to put a medium on." And he was like, Why we're putting a medium on? Let's put softs on." No. Let's put softs on. So they put softs on, and it benefited him massively.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's had 2 really good sprints with Ferrari. It's just when it comes to the actual race, and fuck it. I mean, we're not going to go into the full detail of the race. Like we always say most of the time now, if you haven't watched it by now, the fuck you listening to this for? Love you guys, really. Leave a like and subscribe.
That's someone who's been in Old Daily Mail, right on brand, right there. Boom, 10.
That is low. I mean,
Yeah,
there's slagging off the world, and then there's slagging off people that actually view this video.
Fucking peasant.
How much lower can you stoop?
You wait till I
Andy,
go to
you're a bastard as well.
when I go to
There you go. I've done it. I'll beat you.
and they don't bring out the garlic, but do you know who I am? Where's my fucking garlic?
Where's the caviar? I thought you had caviar this time of the night on a Wednesday. No.
I might have a whiskey, and that's about it. But no. Anyway, Hamilton. How vocal was he this weekend, and how fucking awesome was it?
Yeah.
Just go through it short as quick as I can. Hamilton was faster. He was on the mediums, and he was getting very close to Leclerc. And he said to them, "Guys, my tyres are really fast at the moment. I could get past Leclerc. I might be able to get Antonelli." And they went,
We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you.
We need to do this now. He went, "Can I get back to you?" And then he's going, "Right, look, guys, all I'm going to say is I did this in China. You know, it's only fair, blah, 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 blah." And then they went, "Can I get back to you?" And he goes, "Fucking up." They go away again. He goes, "Right, I'm burning my tyres now." And then they come back, go, "I'm going to stay with Charles, you know, keep the DRS." And he goes, "Fucking hell, why don't you take a tea break as well?" And they go, "Okay, swap the cars." So he swaps the cars. They're going on. And this was my favourite bit. Leclerc was then faster because they spent that long fucking deciding what to do with Hamilton. His medium tyres, which were at their pinnacle, they was at their fastest point. But then in the 3 laps where they ummed and ahed, he'd burnt them out. It was no longer as fast as it could be. Leclerc was then catching them up weirdly. So like, yeah, we're going to switch the cars. I'm going to switch them back. And then Leclerc's like, "Why haven't we switched?" And they went, "Oh no, we're going to try again on the next lap." And that's when the commentators turned around and went, "We've just checked the radio messages, and they told Leclerc that they was going to swap the cars, but they didn't tell Hamilton." Like, you fucking clowns. So then they did tell Hamilton. They did swap. Hamilton said, "You've ruined us both. This isn't team play, blah, 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 blah." And then my favourite bit was when they went, "Sainz is 1.4 seconds behind you." And then Hamilton just goes, "Do you want me to let him go past as well?"
Yeah. It was nice with it was a bit of a coincidence, wasn't it, with the history that they've got. You know what? I've got like a new thinking of how is he just a bit too humble? Is he just a bit too not woe is me, but emotionally like, oh yeah, duh, duh. And I feel like this race we actually saw like a pissed off Hamilton, like an actual like direct Lewis Hamilton, like an actual like a little bit more of like a oomph in him.
But he's always been like that. He's always had that oomph, but he had Bono.
And he had clout at Mercedes because he'd been there so long. They knew that, look, this is moody Lewis, but he's kind of, you know, he's right. I thought it was very funny, but equally, I didn't like Fred Vasseur saying, oh, the team did well. You didn't. You fucked, like you just said, you fucked Hamilton's tyres when he was the fastest man on the track. The fastest man on the track, you fucked his tyres.
Yeah. Fred tried to calm the flames, didn't he, afterwards with some comments? Yeah. It was like his comments didn't make sense. Like
I think Hamilton's frustrated because he's seen the car, he knows the potential the car's got. He knows the potential that he's got. Of course he knows what fucking potential he's got. He's frustrated he's struggling with the car, but then the lack of confidence in strategy team in making a decision. And you know what? This is probably what Ferrari needs. I mean, Leclerc's always been vocal. He's always made it fucking clear. Like, you know, when box, and then he goes and he goes, no, stay out. And he's like, for fuck's sake, guys. Now Hamilton's coming and he's doing it as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there will have been a meeting since, obviously there'll have been the post-race brief, as he always is. There'll have been a conversation going on. There has to have been.
Do you know what I liked from the weekend? Did you see Max Verstappen's video of him arriving to the circuit?
No.
So he come in early to the circuit. He come in his massive American 4x4, got out, went to camera. Obviously, someone recorded him, and he went, just look across the car park. Seven-time world champion is already here. I'm already here. No other drivers are here.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Like Max.
7-time world champion, 4-time world champion.
Yeah, no one else. Yeah, fair play to him. And that's Lewis has basically been in Italy for the last week in between races, driving it home. Like, we need to do this. The car needs to do this, that. Like you say, Ferrari, it's the kick up the backside they need. Because Leclerc's been saying it, and we've said he's a bit of a lost voice, isn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc, he's Mr. Ferrari. Yeah, whatever. Now Lewis has come in, and he's like, no, this ain't good enough.
Yeah.
This is not good enough. Like, make a decision, be decisive. Like, yeah. It was quite nice to see. I mean, Lewis has always been like that, but it was quite nice. The banter, like, you know, oh, go, shall I have a cup of tea or whatever? And then Martin Brundle was like, shouldn't it be an espresso? Like,
I loved it though. Just the signs bit.
Yeah, the signs bit was class.
Shall I let him go past as well? And shall I? That's the kind of thing I'd say.
Yeah. I did like it.
You're a dick. But yeah, did enjoy that. Really did enjoy that. Other discussion points. What else could
Max Verstappen.
Go.
What? That was embarrassing, wasn't it? Very embarrassing. And his late release.
What we're talking about, the pits or the battle with Norris? Because the battle with Norris was a bit thingy. Like,
I was going to say, start with the pits and then move into the race.
The team fucked up. Max could not see Antonelli coming down the pit lane in the sprint race. They've released him again. Poor Antonelli went to go in his pit box, couldn't, had to go around it again, pit, lost shitloads of time, and then it was like Max got a 10-second penalty, which obviously under the safety car put him to the back, but it's a sprint race. It did nothing, really. It was embarrassing. And that is Jonathan Wheatley missing from Red Bull again. Another Red Bull fuck up with pit stops.
Yeah. And like we said earlier, Red Bull are known for the pit stops.
Yeah.
It's like, if you ever think about Mercedes was always the faster car, not so good in the pit stops. Red Bull was not quite as fast as Mercedes, but their pit stops was a fucking phenomenal thing to watch. I mean, they had sub 2 seconds, and now most weekends watching them this year, they're probably averaging around about 2.4, 2.5. Great. It doesn't sound like much, really, but it's like, yeah, but
do you know what? I'd say they're averaging more. I'd say they're in the 3 second zone now. Like, I think they've dropped, like you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a second in Formula One is quite a big gap, and it's costing them. They are going to start paying for it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Max. Race on Norris and...
Bottle job Norris.
Why didn't Max Verstappen get penalised for a lunge on Lando Norris?
Right. Oscar Piastri weighed him up, got by him. Why does Lando make it so hard? We always said this with Lewis and Max. It was a battle because no one gave up. With Norris, he's trying to be this gentleman. Oh, it's me mate. I don't really want to go by him, but we've clashed and we've hit wheels again. You're pathetic, mate. You're there to win a championship. Fucking badge him off the track. He's got no balls. Literally, he's He's too nice. He's too nice.
And that's the difference. I think one of the reasons Piastri got past Max so easy is, for one, he pulled a move that no one was expecting, but at the same time, he does have that little bit of unpredictability about him, or instead of using that kind of word, he does have those balls to make those kind of moves. And Max knows that, and Max probably has that kind of mentality like Lewis Hamilton did when they asked him, Max is coming up you on the right hand side, what do you do? And he went, I go left, fuck it, it's Max.
Yep.
Whereas with Norris, for one thing, Max knows what Norris is like, but for another thing, when McLaren was going down the radio to Norris and saying, this is what Piastri did, you should do it, I'm sat there thinking, what, and you think Max is going to fall for that again?
Yeah.
Max makes one mistake and then he never makes that mistake ever again.
And then his engineer is coaching him how to overtake Max. That's not right. I mean, Norris got by and then had to give it back.
But I agree with that. I mean, at first it was like, oh well, Max has took it back, and I'm sat and I went, honestly, I reckon Norris has given that. I said to Charlie, Norris has given that back. I went, he's probably unsure whether he was off the track or not. And it was like, you know what? It's not worth it. Give him it back. Do it just right. So you're in the DRS and you'll get him back. And he did that. And he got him back, obviously.
Yeah.
And then he was fucking really fast. And he was so good that it then became a case of the guys on the radio was going to Piastri and saying, right, Norris did this on turn 7. This is what you need to do. So the coaching goes both ways. But what I want to discuss here with the McLaren side of things is Norris was catching up with Piastri. I mean, there was like an 8 maybe 9 second gap between them. And then in the last 15 laps, I think it was, Norris was averaging about half a second faster. And then all of a sudden it started dropping quite dramatically, the difference between them. And I said to Charlie, it's going to be really awkward now, because if you're McLaren and you're sitting there, Norris clearly has a faster car. Now, if there was 10 laps left, you would probably let them race. You're like, you know what, guys, you just race, but there's only going to be 2. What do you do? Because what you don't want to do is let them race for the last 2 laps, then fucking take each other out and just completely fucking embarrass it. You've got a strong fucking McLaren 1-2 again, and instead you're going to do a Red Bull and just fuck up both drivers. Would they have let them race if they'd have got any closer, or do you think they'd have just said, hold your position?
Hold your position. Zach Brown.
Zach Brown is a bullshitter, because he keeps going on the radio and saying, oh yeah, talking with Sky like, oh yeah, if they get close, we'll let them race. Oh yeah, really entertaining, we'll let them race. And that's really easy to say when the gap's 9 seconds between them.
Yep.
And Lando continually every weekend fucks up basically and makes it easy for the team just to go, oh yeah, not many decisions to be made there. There's going to be a time where they will have to race.
Yeah, and I'm
not sure what they'll do.
That Norris is having some really, and one of the things that frustrates me is there've been a couple of races where Norris has started in a not poor position, but not the best. Is 4th, 5th, 6th kind of things, and he's always got to a very good points position. Your 2nds, your 3rds, and he never gets driver of the day.
No.
Then you'll see Max, who starts in pole or starts in second and finishes 6th. And he gets driver of the day, and it's like, the fuck? I don't get it. And I keep saying about Norris, he just needs to look at that kind of stuff and try and find a positive. There's a lot of positive there, mate. You can start from a shit position and you can make your way back. Now, granted, he wasn't in such a bad position to start with. He just had some unfortunate occurrences happen in the first lap, which couldn't be avoided. His first lap incidents, blah, 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 blah. But Zach was never scared about it. He went, well, you know what? It's very early. We know we'll get it back. It's fine. And that's when he kind of said, and you might get some epic McLaren racing, which you would have done if they'd have got that gap closed quicker. Probably. I think if there was 15 laps left, he'd have let them race.
You think? I think he'd have called it off.
I don't know. But
I think 2 or 3 laps cold. I think 15, 10 race.
Yeah, you know what, for a couple of laps race, but you know what, if you can't do anything in them, you're sticking where you are. But that's all Norris needs to do now. And I said it at the start, it only takes one of them to have a bit of an accident, a bit of a slip up, and the points difference can switch. And it did. It went from Norris being in the lead to Piastri, and he's now in the lead by 16 points, I think it is.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And it's still early doors. It can happen again. Who knows? We know for definite McLaren's going to win this.
Oh, yeah. This race, 30 seconds in the lead.
The only way they can fuck it up is if they fuck it up.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's in their hands.
I mean, the only constructor near him is Mercedes, and there's about 100 points between them. So,
yeah. Well, if they don't win it, it's a fuck up.
Oscar hasn't fucked up yet. Really?
No, he has. No, and that's very interesting because he will. It'll swing again. Norris will have a bit of a run, and like you say, but we're coming to proper tracks now in Europe, aren't we? Barring Monaco, we're coming to a few proper tracks now. So this is the making of him. If he wants to really mount a title challenge, this is the start of it next weekend.
Well, I hope it swings soon for the sake of predictions.
Yeah, because I'm getting fed up of doing this and then it all kind of going off, and that was a good lead. Anyway, quickly, standings. Obviously, the results were Piastri came first, Norris second, Russell third, and then it was kind of, is it going to be Russell third? Because Red Bull kept going on about the fucking, he didn't lift. And then they still appeared. Went on about it after the race, and then the steward just went, it's fine, shut the fuck up. So yeah, standings currently is Piastri in the lead with 131 points, Norris with 115, Verstappen with 99, Russell 93, Leclerc 53, Antonelli, Lewis Hamilton, Alexander Albon, Esteban Ocon, and Lance Stroll. Lance fucking Stroll in 10th.
Wow. Things must have been bad for everyone else.
For everyone listening to this, I sincerely apologise for having to say that. Something that would make you want to vomit and probably plug up your ears with the carrots that you've just brought up. But yes, Lance Stroll is currently 10th in the driver's standings. I am sorry.
What last?
When it comes to the constructors, currently McLaren with 246 points, Mercedes 141, Red Bull Racing 105. Then you got Ferrari, Williams, Haas, Aston Martin, Racing Bulls, Alpine, and Kick Sauber with 6 points. So, predictions. We never got best, but Mark, you had Piastri, Norris, Max. He was on 13 points. You have now got 18. Wanker. I had Norris, Piastri, Max. I had 6 points. I still have 6 points. Tony did the same. He had 4 points, still has 4 points. Charlie went Norris, Piastri, Russell, gets 1 point, giving her 2 points. And Beth, we don't know where Beth went.
She gave me her picks. She did the next day. But she scored 0 points. So just...
Yeah. So, host goes first.
Yep.
I have got Piastri for the win. Norris second. Max third.
Who would you like to go next?
And I would like you to go next, Tony.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure. I'm going to surprise a lot of people here.
You've actually got your predictions already?
I'm going to go with Lando, Piastri, and Max Verstappen.
I mean, that's what I want, but I need to get more points because that's what's just running off with it now. Go on, buddy.
You're my only hope.
I mean, my last few races, I have backed my Oscar to win. Unfortunately, I do think that will come to an end in Imola. Unfortunately, my predictions are exactly the same as Tony Rawson's. Norris, Piastri, Max.
I mean, that's annoying though, because I know for a fact that's going to happen.
He's 100%. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this. I'm just picking them now out of absolute principle. And as soon as I get a 7, I might change. I probably will change.
Is this the biggest lead anyone's ever had, by the way, with predictions? I think the gap is colossus.
12 points at the moment. Yeah. I don't think we've ever had a gap like that.
Come on, I'll fuck it up. I'll fuck it up. So
probably.
I've got Beth's picks.
Wow,
bring on.
I know, incredible, right? Lando to win, Oscar second, and Carlos Sainz
for the band.
For the band. I mean, she'll get as many points as she did last week when she put none in.
So all of us have gone for a McLaren 1-2.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one who has gone Piastri Norris.
You are.
Because Charlie has also gone Norris for the win. Piastri second.
Fuck it then.
And Russell third.
Is Charlie just picking like the previous results every week?
I mean, in fact, we've pretty much never changed our predictions. It's always been Norris, Piastri, Max in some way, shape, or form.
Some people have never changed the predictions.
No.
And on that, ladies and gentlemen, with 40 seconds left, is the end of this episode. Gents, it's been a pleasure. Mark, it's been more of a pleasure with you, but that's because you've been here a lot longer than Tony has. That's not a dig, but yeah, come on, man. As always, share the love, share the likes, shake that Lando, make the window clean and fall down, and make him listen to this. But don't block in the paramedics, guys. We did say it earlier. Don't be a dick. Go in a cookie cast. Big shout out to Andy and that. Look at the other episodes, the other podcasts that the guys do as well. And yeah, guys, I will speak to you all again very soon.
Bye-bye.
Lego F1 cars.
So there you go, what do you think to that? Another one done, another one gone, another race gone, another race to come, all the good stuff to look forward to. Big thank you for watching, big thank you for listening, big thank you for being here. Before you leave us, please do consider like, share, subscribe and comment. Leave a review where you can leave a review. A lot of places allow for reviews, a lot of the places you can get your podcast, you can leave a review, and if you've got a couple of minutes spare, we really would appreciate it. Check out the website, thecookiecast.com. There we've got social media links and an email button, and that way you can get in touch with us. That's it for this one. Until next time, I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you then.
Thanks for listening. If you liked this episode of CookieCast, please like, share and subscribe.